City series cigars and Citrus 7s, black cement 3s, 4s, the hairs and bread 11s. No doubt that I'll be wearing some fire at any sighting. With these Doran Becker 5s, you can see me in any lighting. It's exciting, I'll be flexing to the coldest degree. What's up, everybody? It's Sneakerhead M-Checks. I got the UNC Jordan 17 scheduled to release this Wednesday, August 28th. So as usual, we're going to take a close detailed look at the shoe from all angles. I'm going to put these on and step around them so I can see they look on feet. Then after that, I'm going to share my opinion on the shoe, and then I'll talk about release predictions, reselling predictions, and all that stuff. So let's get right to it. Not really that impressed with the leather on these. I mean, it's not bad. It actually looks pretty good right here, right now, but we've definitely gotten better, and we've definitely gotten worse too, so maybe I'm just being picky, but I don't know. Now, one thing I really like about the 17s, you see right here where it says Jordan, what I think is cool is you see how they took the N and made it a 17? Yeah, I thought that was fire. Here are the laces, the sock. Got the chrome eyelets. And there's an extra one up here that says Jordan 17. You got the protective peel-off tape, which we'll get a better look at from the back, and we'll talk about it more. I really like this blue part right here, and just the way the light bounces off it. That's probably the best part of the shoe, if you ask me. And this inner side really is the same thing as the outer side. It's really not too much difference on 17s. As other shoes, but I just feel like compared to most shoes, like these are pretty identical from one side to the other. So this protective peel-off strip is to protect the chrome or silver part down here from getting like scratched up or anything. If you notice, a lot of people don't peel it off. In my personal opinion, it actually makes the shoe look better. I like these a lot more with the strip on rather than it off. I mean, the chrome looks nice, but the blue on blue just goes real crazy. So I am not going to take mine off. Just in case I keep this as a personal pair, I definitely want the strip still on. And then obviously if I were to sell them, I wouldn't want to take it off either. So here's a picture of how they look without the strip on it. I've seen plenty of pairs from 2002 that still have that strip on it, just because it honestly makes it look so much better. So that's what that's for, and that's why people don't really take it off. Up here, got suede. And that is the back. So the inside, you got like this built-in sock. I mean, it's not really like a sock. It's really just like an extension of the shoe, because you see down in the shoe, like past this sock part, like it's just a regular shoe. This kind of just like extends up here. I mean, I guess it is kind of a sock because it does have like a little snug feeling in there. I don't know, but got that UNC colored sock. So at first I seen this and I'm like, what the fuck is E2? But I realized I'm supposed to be looking at it from this angle. It's a 23. A white insole with a Carolina Jumpman on them. Outsole on these is fire. I don't know what this design symbolizes, but with all the little intricate details that the 17s have, I'm sure it means something or has some sort of something behind it, you know. They come in this big ass cardboard box, no design on it or nothing. Just the box label, Air Jordan 17 Retro Low SP in white and University Blue and chrome. But yeah, it's really just that. And then down here on the bottom, you have like the little logos and stuff. But other than that, it's just plain. But it's really just to protect the suitcase inside. So you open it, have this little extra protective layer here. And then here's the part that we were all looking to see. So this part down here that kind of just comes out, you can kind of just slide the suitcase out. Here's the suitcase. It's got the Jumpman on the front, and it's pretty plain all around. It's just all silver. There's not really any details on it. Got this little cover here for the handle, and then just take this part off, flip it up, and here inside they have the white paper. And here is all soft. Yeah, that's the box. Leave a comment, let me know how you feel about the whole suitcase thing. Do you like it? Is it too much? Let me know how you think. Here's a quick all-around view of the shoe. Alright, now let's see they look on feet.
I get dressed and it look like I'm a melt. Big drippy on them. The hoes love it, I'm getting a little mixy on them. I'm in the flipping shit, doing a 360 on them. Getting high, taking vacations, I'm real trippy on them. And bring the baddest bitches with me on them. Pack it on my bags and get on a flight. In the different times, on by the end of the night. Edibles kicking in, I'm high as a kite. Couple thousand miles away, putting dick in your wife. She only fuck with hustlers and I'm really that type.
Nah, these are fire. Something about them looks a little bit better in pictures, but they still look good in person. Crazy thing about these is I ain't even used to like 17s. Like, this is gonna be my first pair of 17s ever. They never really interested me like that, but as of recent, the last couple of years, they slowly, gradually started to grow on me. And it's funny because like I ain't even really know what size to get, and I'm really not used to that. I normally wear a size 9.5, so that's what I just would have went with by default. But I would have had to wait an extra day to get a 9.5 as opposed to this 10. Being that it was already pretty close to release, and I wanted to get this video out in time so that you guys got a chance to see before these come out, I just figured it made more sense to go with the size 10. Normally, like if this was like sooner, or if I just wasn't worried about the review, I definitely would have waited that extra day for the 9.5. But I'm like, let me go with the 10, get them a day sooner. And I was thinking about the whole like sock part in here, like that might make them fit a little snug. So I figured that was my best bet at the time. Now that I got these and I've tried the 10 on, they fit me a little narrow and long. Pause. That was kind of crazy. The sneakers fit me narrow and long. So like width wise, they're not as like wide as I expected the size 10 to be. And then there's just like a little too much extra room in the front. A 9.5 probably would have been better. I don't know if they would have been any tighter width wise, but the 10's not bad. Overall, these are cool. Like the suitcase they come with, it's a cool accessory. Or is a suitcase an accessory or a box? I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. It's a cool addition or a cool compliment to the shoe. It ain't worth the extra almost $100 on top of retail, but I try not to think about it like that, you know? Because the suitcase is cool. Like, it's nostalgic to a lot of people. I just try to think about it as a cool accessory. I try to forget about the fact that they got us paying damn near $100 extra retail just to get this suitcase. That this shit is a regular ass silver suitcase. Like, shit mad right. If this ain't have a Jumpman on it, like, it's cool. It's just like you gotta just look at it as an accessory to the shoe. Like if you like the suitcase and you want to appreciate it, do yourself a favor. Don't do the math in your head about how we basically paying almost $100 extra on top of retail just to get that suitcase. It's a cool addition, but when you think about it like that, it's like, damn, like I might have been okay with just paying $200 and y'all giving us no suitcase. You know what I'm saying? Like suitcase is cool, but I don't need it, and definitely don't need it for $100, but, you know, I get it. It's a part of the shoe. It's really a nostalgia thing. Even though the original UNC 17s did not come with the suitcase. I believe those just came with the face box. I believe the only original pairs that came with the suitcase is the College Blues, the Varsity Reds, and the Black Metallic Silver. And I keep calling it a suitcase. It's actually a briefcase. I'm just so used to it. Everybody calls it suitcase, so I have a habit of calling it a suitcase. But if you want to be, like, correct, it is a briefcase. Leave me a comment and let me know how you feel about these. One thing I don't like about these, not the shoe necessarily, but I really don't like how weird and secretive they're being about the release. They did the same shit with the Lightning 17s, and I was mad about that because I really was looking forward to reviewing the Lightning 17s. When the time came around for those, it was kind of just like this. It was kind of close to release, and I was kind of like wondering, like, are these even going to come out? Are they getting pushed back? Because they had been so weird and secretive about it, like there was little to no information, and now they're doing the same shit with these. Limiting the shoe, I completely understand. I'm not mad at that part at all. This is a higher number Jordan. We all know that a lot of people don't rock with the higher number Jordans like that compared to, you know, a lot of the lower number retros. And we're in a time where a lot of those lower number, more popular retros are even going under retail in a lot of colorways when they come out. So a Jordan 17 was bound to sit on shelves, go under retail and everything if they would have released these in regular quantities, especially with the $300 retail. Even them coming with the suitcase, I know there's plenty of people that like these, like the suitcase, and are willing to pay the $300, but a lot of people are not. And realistically, if they would have released these in normal quantity, they would have sat in stores, it would have went on sale, it would have got nasty. It would have just completely tarnish the image of the shoe. So making the shoe limited completely makes sense. Now you know they're gonna sell out. That's gonna change a lot of people's perspective. They're gonna be sought after. It's gonna make the shoe cool. I get that. But my thing is like, okay, limiting the shoe is one thing, but then like y'all don't have to be weird about the release. Y'all don't have to be like secretive about where they come out at. The fact that these don't release on sneakers is crazy. Like when they did that with the Lightnings, I didn't believe it. When it was like they're not releasing on sneakers, I'm like, no way. You know what I'm saying? Like even the collabs that are deemed to be exclusive, even those will shock drop or do a draw on the sneakers app. Like you telling me these not releasing on there at all? That's crazy. How the fuck is Nike releasing a shoe and it don't release on their regular app? No Foot Locker. That's just weird to me. But if you're gonna do that, I feel like they should just be at least a little bit more clear or a little bit more open about where they're releasing at. It's not just the lack of retailers, it's the lack of information on which retailers are getting it. Like I had to dig hard to find out like where these are releasing at. I looked at Sneaker News. Sneakernews.com is really good for giving you a list of retailers for a particular shoe coming out. So if you look at the website, it's pretty straightforward. On the left, you have the retailer. I don't know why they have StockX up there as if it's a retailer, but all the other ones are retailers. A couple of these I never heard of, but most of them I have. If you look over here on the right where it says status, that's really just like the type of release they're doing. So all the ones that say EQL, those are EQL raffles. If you don't know what that is, that's just a company that a lot of sneaker retailers use for raffles nowadays. The ones that say raffle, they're doing raffles that are non-EQL. And then the ones that say offline only, I think that means they're doing an in-store release. And then the ones that say coming soon, I don't know what that means. So there is a list of retailers, but it's a lot of the low-key retailers like that, which is fine. I think my main gripe is like I said, yeah, I made the shoe limited. Okay, great reason for that, so we'll give you a pass for that. But you still inconvenienced us. Then number two, you made the amount of retailers limited. So not only are we going to have a tough time getting the shoe, but we're going to also have a tough time finding out where they're coming out at. Oh, and then not to mention, the retail is $300. Let's not forget that. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of us have paid well more than $300 for a shoe that we really want, but like, not retail. Retail $300 is crazy. They're just making these so difficult. I would have been okay if they would have just released some more sneakers, but in a limited quantity. Release them at Foot Locker, but in a limited quantity. It just seems like they just don't want us to get the shoe or don't want us to know how to get the shoe. So it's just like, who do y'all want to get them? But between all that, the limited amount of pairs, the limited amount of retailers, and all the backdooring that's going on, these are going to be really, really hard to get at retail. Like, these might even be harder to get than a pair of Travis Scotts. So if you want these, honestly, if you're willing to, you might as well just prepare to pay that market value for them. I'm not saying don't try for retail. Definitely try. Enter as many raffles as you can. Don't sell yourself short, but at the same time, don't expect to hit for $300. Market on these right now is around $500, depending on what size you wear. Some of them are a little under $500, some of them are over $500. I think some of the big sizes are closer to $600. So obviously, due to how limited the shoe is, I wouldn't expect prices to drop much more. At the very lowest, I could see these going for maybe $400 at the lowest, but I really don't. Just based on the way the Lightnings did, I don't think these are gonna get that low. I'm actually surprised that they are as low as they are now, just considering like what the Lightnings did. Like, I personally like these better, and I feel like other people will like these better as well. People tend to love UNC colorways, and they tend to do a little bit better than your average colorway. So that's why I kind of expected these to do better than the Lightning. So I'm a little surprised that they're lower than what the Lightnings go for. We may see the price creep up on these, but not really sure how these are going to fluctuate after they come out. Obviously, this would be a good flip for resellers if you can get your hands on them at retail. If you got these and you want to flip them, I wouldn't take the risk on holding them. I don't know if they're going to go up, but as in demand as this shoe is right now, like, if you got these at retail, I feel like you kind of be silly to hold on to them. So let them go. If you want these, I'm wishing you the best of luck and get them in your size for retail. You're definitely going to need it. If this video was helpful or informative in any way, I really appreciate if you give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in more early reviews like this and any other sneaker related content, please do us both a favor and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Once you subscribe, make sure you tap that little bell icon next to the subscribe button and select all. That way when I put a new video out, you'll get notified. You won't miss out on anything. Thank you all for watching. Everybody, please stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you next time.